It's the return of the Rose Ladies series after two fantastic seasons in 2020 and 2021. We're teeing off a run of 5 events in the next 4 weeks at a fantastic club nearing its 150th anniversary. The Rose Ladies series is back for a 3rd year and the season gets underway right here at a blustery and rather chilly West Lancs Golf Club. The scoring conditions are absolutely brutal, but still we cannot wait to get going. There's a reason why there's a wind farm just off the coast here. You very rarely get a still day at West Lancs, but today is especially blowy out on the links. It's a brilliant schedule with tournaments at Sunningdale, Brockenhurst Manor, Walton Heath and Bearwood Lakes after the season opener at West Lancs.
It's just such a great way to start the season. The weather could be a little bit better. It is April, I guess, still, but yeah, really excited to play these next few events.
The Rose Ladies series is an ideal way for many players to start the year.
It's my first event of the season. I've been working really hard this off-season, making loads of changes, so I'm excited to see how they hold up today and see how my game fares ready for the season.
Amy Bolden already has some competitive reps under her belt on the Ladies European Tour.
I've played in the wind quite a lot over the last few weeks. I've just got back from South Africa on the LET and it's been really windy over there, so I feel like I'm kind of used to this weather now. It's just a little bit colder.
West Lancs is 6,272 yards and you can throw those yardages out the window in these conditions.
You're really just going to need to control your ball flight round here. Keep it low, middle of the green is a good shot, and yeah, just kind of let the putting do the work.
Sarah Jane Boyd hit the first tee shot of the 2022 Rose Ladies series. Keely Chirikato made a positive start with 3 birdies and 3 bogeys in her first 8 holes. She rolled in this 10-footer for par on the 9th to make the turn in level. Experienced LET player Heather McRae settled into her round with this strong par save on the first. She picked up shots on 2 and 4 to play the front 9 in bogey-free 34. Jordan Ryan bogeyed the first but got herself under par with this brilliant chip-in for eagle at the par 5 second. She would make a birdie, 3 bogeys and a double bogey in an eventful 3 over par front 9. Belle Wardle started with a bogey, followed by 4 pars. Last year's English Women's Open stroke play champion then hit this superb tee shot at the 147-yard 6th hole, but she would have to settle for another par. Gemma Clues, a winner just a few miles up the coast at Hillside last year, played her opening half in level par, courtesy of this birdie putt at the 9th. Cara Gaynor had dropped shots at 1 and 7. And this superb approach in a stiff left to right breeze on the 10th set up a par, and she would stay at +2. 28-year-old Amy Bolden transitioned beautifully from South Africa to West Lancs by rattling in this long birdie attempt at the first. She slipped back over par with bogeys at 3 and 8 though. Lauren Horsford got herself under par early on with this bomb for birdie on the par 5 second hole. The putter was clearly working well for Horsford as she followed that up by holing another long one from off the green on the very next hole, this time for par. Every reason for the Wimbledon Park member to be smiling after that. And she sits atop the leaderboard on level par through 13. It's a narrow advantage over Gaynor, Wardle and Bolden, who are lurking just 1 shot behind. We pick up Sophie Stone, playing the 9th hole at 2 over par. Had a decent lie out of the rough there, sounded like really good contact. And that is excellent. As you can see, when the wind gets hold of it though, just always wants to eke the ball slightly further away from the hole. So hard to hit it close in these conditions. Gemma Clues, 144 yards here to a green that's slightly elevated. Doesn't look like you've got a big target when you're stood on the tee. Oh, she finds it superbly though. Great chance for birdie. Amy Boulden, well, she'll have a battle on to stay at 1 over par, out of position here. Sounded like it might have just come off perhaps a groove low of where would be perfect, but that has carved through the wind quite beautifully. First look at Billie Jo Smith, going along nicely, 3 over par. A very creditable score at this point as she plays up the final hole. Oh, that's a great shot. Just clambers over that little false front you can see there, a little slope to get up. And she has an excellent opportunity to post a very good clubhouse score of 2 over. That's what Sophie Stone's on right now after the excellent approach. Can she pick up the birdie to get to +1? Just slides by on the right-hand side. Clues from about 15 feet. Just died away left to right at the end. It looked like the pace came off that really quickly at the end, and that's what can happen. You get a gust of breeze and it can make what would have been a very good putt look a little bit average as it puts the brakes on. Well, Boulden playing for a lot of right to left swing on this one. Not enough as it turns out. That one on the low side, but should be a pretty stress-free tap-in. And she stays right where she is as she makes the turn. This is Smith to post the clubhouse target in the second group out. Oh, and she rolls it in beautiful, a 74 for Billie Jo Smith. It'll be very interesting to see where that one ends up at the end of the day. The back nine tougher here. Horsford is still out in front, but Smith certainly won't be going anywhere. Clues and Powell are inside the top 10, and we had a bit of fun quizzing them about the Rose Ladies Series and Justin Rose before they teed off. First question, how many Rose Ladies Series events have there been in the first 2 seasons? Sophie?
13.
It's not correct. Gemma, you get a guess.
I'm going to go 18.
Oh, that's very good. It's not quite right. It's 19, but you're the closest. You get the point. 1-0 to
She needs a
Gemma.
head start, it's fine.
On which course did Justin Rose win the US Open in 2013?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I know the name, it's got them weird flags on it.
I'll give you a clue. Starts with M.
Yeah.
And it has got weird baskety flags.
You're going to say Ryder Cup course, aren't you?
No, I was going to say somewhere in Scotland. I was going to say Murphy. Monumental.
An excellent answer. I don't know if there is a golf course called Monumental. There should be.
We need to
Any
apologise
guesses, Gemma?
because that's terrible.
Medina.
No, I said you'd say Ryder Cup course.
Are we passing?
No, I've got it. Marion.
Boom, 2-0.
Came to me.
Came in last minute. I like how you built the drama.
Yeah,
there.
just,
I love that.
I wanted to make it funny because
Sure,
I knew she'd
it's
come
not
up with some bad
Muirfield.
answers.
Forever Muirfield. Who won the first ever Rose Ladies Series event that was held at Brockenhurst Manor in
Gemma.
2020? Gemma?
Liz Young.
Correct. You've got a chance to
Charlie
steal.
Hull.
Boom, 2-1.
Get in.
She's back
You
in it.
win.
Oh, I'm here. Hi, my name's Sophie Powell.
What was the winning score at West Lancs last year?
Gemma. 1 under.
Spot on.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Gabs.
you by 1.
That's ingrained in the memory.
Not let it go.
How many Ryder Cups has Justin Rose played in?
Gemma. 5.
Spot on, she takes it.
Boom.
She was in there
Oh
quick.
my God.
I
How
mean-
am I going to do a pub quiz on me, right?
I'm good at quizzes.
At which venue that has hosted a Rose Ladies Series event did Justin Rose finish as the leading amateur at in the 1998
Gemma.
Open? Gemma.
I know this as
Raw
well.
Birkdale.
I knew that. Hold the shot and last,
Just
didn't
not quick enough, mate.
he? I know. Well, I thought you were going to let me win that one.
I can't. I'm too competitive.
It's all about the reflexes. Sophie, runner-up. Any
okay.
words to the winner?
I'll try and get my own back today on the course.
Fair enough.
Gemma, how does it feel? First victory of the season under your belt.
Champion, aren't I? Champion. First win of the season. It's great.
Who will conquer the tough conditions to be the champion on the course? It's a tight battle in the first Rose Ladies Series event of the year at West Lancs, and with gusts up to 40 miles per hour, the margin for error couldn't be any tighter. Keely Chiricato found things tougher on the back nine with a quartet of drop shots, but she closed out a good round of 76 with this solid par putt at the final hole. Belle Wardle had been a par machine with 9 of them in the first 11 holes, but she missed the par 3 12th way right and had to make this 2-putt to drop just 1 and go to +3. After her excellent start, Scotland's Heather McRae fell foul of the blustery conditions on the inward half, but she made an excellent job of this lengthy downwind birdie putt on 18 to sign off with a par for a 75. 2014 LET Rookie of the Year Bolden was very lucky her tee shot on the par 3 12th didn't end up in a bush, but she would have to settle for a bogey despite this decent recovery. Sophie Stone was a little bold with this birdie try on 10, but she would tidy up for par, and a couple more pars would have her holding steady at 2 over through 12. Cara Gaynor has had a positive start to the year with 2 cuts made from 4 starts on the Ladies European Tour. She followed up a birdie on 11 with this beautifully struck tee shot on 12. That would give her a par. Gaynor now leads on +1 with a pair of bogeys from Horsford on 15 and 17, knocking her back into a tie for second. The 17th is a cracking little par 3 right at the business end of the round. 159 yards on the card, but as you can see, that wind is blowing and only a very small area to land it on. Miss it left, there's a little run-off area which is going to be tricky to get up and down from. Miss it right and you've got a pot bunker and your shot is downwind. A great opportunity for a birdie, but you have to have the right club and hit it at the right time. Hannah Ralph at +5 on that 17th tee, hoping to find that small target with her orange ball. Well, she had the line, but just a club and a half short. Rochelle Morris to finish her day on a high with a birdie at 18. Down it goes, and 5 over par. Well, that should be enough to get her a top 10, you would think. Can Hannah Ralph get up and down after that tee shot dropping short at 17? Putter from off the green. It's looking good. Oh, it's in for a 2! So she's back to +4. Often the best way, get the ball rolling as quickly as you can. Lauren Horsford, 2 over par. A birdie here on 18 and she would take that clubhouse lead from Smith. She likes a Northwest Links course, lost in the playoff at Royal Birkdale last year, also a runner-up at Hillside.
Do you think it's the first one?
Oh, she's guaranteed herself another very, very good finish with that approach there, you would think. Just how good will it be, though? Gaynor Dressed as a ninja today in these cold conditions. At 16, oh, she knew she hadn't quite hit it. She will just tap in though. That's another hole ticked off. Horsford to post a 1 over par 73 in the clubhouse. Oh, it looked a great line. Just pulled up a roll or two short back into the wind. But she taps in, and we've now got 2 in on 74. That closing par has Horsford in the tie for the clubhouse lead, but Gaynor has the one-shot advantage, and Amy Bolden is well in the hunt with 5 holes to play. It was a heartbreaking finish for Gaynor. She bogeyed 17 and missed this bogey putt at the final hole, forcing her to settle for a 4 over par 76. Hayley Davis was +3 after the first 5 holes, but she only dropped 2 shots for the rest of the way. This tee shot set up a par on 17, and another one on 18 secured her a top 6 finish. Bolden couldn't mount a charge over the closing stretch as 3 bogeys dropped her out of contention. She closed out her day with a par to finish 5 over. Gemma Clues, who finished tied 10th on the LET Access Series last week, ended her round on a high by sinking this birdie putt on 18 for the same score as Davis and Bolden. The early 74 from Smith in the second group out proved to be too much for anyone else to beat, and only Horsford could equal that total from the later starters.
All of the players have battled so hard in incredibly tough conditions today, and we are down to the final 2. Billie Jo Smith and Lauren Horsford could not be separated in regulation. A pair of really impressive 74s, and they'll be going back down the 18th behind me to see who lifts this trophy. It's a par 4. The wind is hard off the right and slightly helping. Smith made a birdie in regulation. Horsford just a par. Who's going to come out on top?
It was Horsford who had the honour after drawing balls out of the bag. Both players found the fairway with their tee shots. First part of the job done. But Horsford pulled her approach well left of the green. She found a good lie and played an aggressive pitch shot back into the wind. Smith had this for the win. But uphill and into the wind, never had enough pace to reach the hole. Horsford found the dead centre of the cup at dead weight for her par. And Smith took advantage of the full width of the hole to extend the playoff after a pair of 4s. So back up the 18th they go, and again Lauren Horsford with the honour on the tee. You can really hear that wind, and it's straight into their faces as they address the ball. It's off the right-hand side. That's another cracker from Horsford though, straight down the middle. Billie Jo Smith on the tee. She only turned pro earlier this year, so whatever happens from here, it's a huge day for her. Plenty of experience to be gained. Looks like she's down to pick up the tee pretty quickly. Oh, well, that took a bit of a vicious bounce to the left, and that is a pot bunker down there. That is not the place to be. The chances of her being able to even go for the green in 2 from there pretty slim. Well, there you can see it. What angle have we got? What's her stance going to be? It is Horsford to go first, can really put the pressure on here if she can find the putting surface. Oh, and that's super. Just one hop on the lower level, clambering up over that little rise. Excellent stuff from Horsford. Well, we can see Smith, wedge in hand, awkward stance. All she can do here is just pop it out sideways. Not even going to be able to advance it very far. And over towards the rough as well. Would have been a much more difficult bunker shot to get it back towards the fairway. That would have set up an easier third, but she went for the simple shot, and this is what she has now. You've got to think she really needs to be getting up and down in 2 shots from here, but still a long, long way back. Looks to have started it right, riding that wind. It's going to stay just outside of Horsford. Perhaps crucially as well, on a very similar line, so Smith going first for the 4. She will show the line to Horsford, who will then have her putt for a 3 and the win. Can Smith at least get it in for the par? Oh, that looked really good, 4 or 5 feet out. So a bogey for Smith on the second playoff hole, and that means Lauren Horsford has 2 putts for her first ever Rose Ladies Series victory. Gavin Abson there, the man in charge of golf here at West Lancs, watching on. That was never going to be fired at the hole, was it, from Horsford? She had the 2 putts, she's going to take them. In it goes, and Lauren Horsford, finally, after knocking on the door much of last year, gets her first Rose Ladies Series win in the first event of the 2022 season. Confirmation that Horsford wins at West Lancs with a playoff victory over Billie Jo Smith in brutal wins. She received the trophy from club captain Tony Morrissey.
It's a tough course any day, but the way it was set up today, I think to get round with 2 over is an unbelievably good round of golf, and the 2 girls in the playoffs, just fantastic golf all round.
A fast start and a hot putter were integral to Horsford's triumph.
I had a really good start. It was so windy, but coming down the stretch, just the wind was just relentless, and every hole, it didn't matter where you were, the wind just kept howling, and you just had to think so hard about your club choices.
A well-earned maiden win on the Rose Ladies Series after a couple of near misses.
I played all last year, had a lot of tied second finishes, and to finally win an event just feels amazing. I had a playoff last year and obviously learnt from my experience to finally get the win this year.
After missing out in a playoff at Royal Birkdale last year, Lauren Horsford came through the sudden death today at West Lancs to claim her first ever Rose Ladies Series title. It's been a great start to the season. We'll see you next time.